Hoi hoi! It's louisity again, and this rereading vlog, we are going to reread Passion by Lauren Kate. Hoorah! So this is the third book in the Fallen series written by Lauren Kate, and honestly I have like mixed feelings right now because as I've been saying, like, this is like my favorite in the series. Like, when the first time that I read the series, this has to be like my favorite because of like the time travel aspects. Like, the depiction of the journey was beautiful and vivid. At the same time, because of that, I'm nervous if I'm still going to, say that this is going to be my favorite, like, after I reread this one, because so far with like the first two books, they're kind of like fine, like I like it, but I'm not sure, or I don't think I love them anymore. So yeah, it's kind of like, nerve-wracking if it's like I used to really like rave about this one, and then after I'm gonna read this one I'll be like, it was just fine. Well, we'll see, if I'll find the gems that I appreciated when I first read it. So I'm going to reread this one, and hopefully I would have an enjoyable, rereading experience, if not like more amazing. So yeah, let's hold on tight and see, how I would feel if this is gonna live up to like how I reread this. I think I first read this in 2017, if I'm not mistaken, or 2016. Anyway, yeah, so hopefully this lives up. Hopefully I'm still gonna enjoy it. So, and yeah, let's see if my reading tastes have changed as opposed to have become like wider or like broader. Here is a rereading update of Passion by Lauren Kate. Now, I'm already finished with 100 pages of the book. I'm at page 101, and so far it's been enjoyable. Now, the charm that I appreciated with this book, came back, and it still manifests, still, keeping it up and holds up, whatever you want to name it. And I like how, we get to revisit like Luz's past lives in Russia, Italy, and now they're about to head into England. I just did not remember that Luz was dealing with a gargoyle. So yeah, I'm definitely like, excited to read what is up. It may not be as strong as before. I'm already having a feeling about what my rating is going to be though, but stay tuned until the end to find out what it will be. And yeah, we'll see how it will go, but so far it's been pretty good. It's definitely better compared to Fallen and Torment, which was surprising about how I felt about my rereading experience with them. So we'll see that. So I'll catch folks later. Whoa! So I have reread more than 200 pages of Passion by Lauren Kate, and I have to say that the way that the story was told when I was rereading it, it was, vividly depicted, because I felt like I was watching a movie, watching the scenes unfold. It's kind of like, you are watching a little bit of a tinge of something funny, like the exchanges between Bill and Luz, and then also we get to see like different places, because of course Luz is, time traveling because she wanted to dig deeper on like what really happens between her and Daniel's love. Like, why is it that the curse keeps on happening? And she gets to see different like versions of her throughout different time periods. So in the last like 100 pages that I read since my last rereading update, or I should say that I reread, I need to keep in mind that I'm rereading this one. So I should be using the word reread or reread. Anyway, so we've been to France, we've been to Tibet, we've been to Tahiti. So yeah, and we get to see also different versions of like Daniel and Luz's love, in a different time period, which is really fascinating. This is what I remember when I first read this, and I'm glad that when I reread this, it still had that spark. And and Daniel out here is trying to want to capture Luz, because the fabric of time might be destroyed. Those things I might have not already remembered. It's been a while since I read this one, and upon rereading it, not only that I'm fascinated with like the time travel aspect, but also like I get to know deeper like what is this journey about. And what struck me is that scene where Luz was in England. By the way, I read or reread the part where there is England, or where they were in England during like the first 100 pages, and we still get to continue, and you get to see like the little snottiness of like her past self, and she was able to pick that up when she is already in France. So I remember she might be going back to China again, because there's that. I remember like a Chinese name here, but we'll see. I'm definitely looking forward to like which places are we going to be rereading about, and which places are we going to be taken to. And that's the cool thing about this. It's like this book like makes you travel, and that's what's amazing about this book. If you're going to have to compare it to the other books in the series. But we'll see if I reread Rapture, if my mind changes. But so far, this has been pretty good. This has been amazing. It's a third book, yet it was able to hold up, and it delivers so far. So we'll see how it goes. So I'll catch you folks later. Whoa. Here's a rereading update of Passion by Lauren Kate. Now, I'm 300 plus pages done with this book, and so far rereading this one, I feel like I'm watching a movie. And I remember that scene where it was like the Mayan period, and now I want to read like that book by J.C. Cervantes, the one in Rick Riordan Presents series. I forgot exactly the title of the series or the trilogy, but I kind of became in the mood for reading that one. But yeah, and I remember like Lucian so much, and we get to see like where Luz and Daniel travel. They travel to different places. As you can tell, if you're going to be reading or rereading this one, you get to find out. And then I used to like remember the names. I remember it vividly, and rereading this one, made me aware of like the forbidden love that is happening, and how Luz really wants to show her love for Daniel, and that is kind of like what is happening throughout like the time periods that Luz is visiting. The only thing that I am still like kind of struggling to connect is that like, if you remember in Fallen, like Luz set something on fire, and that's why she ended up in Swords and Cross. So I'm kind of like trying to reconcile how that is connected, like with the things that are happening. All we see at the moment is like the different like Luz, that has been like existing in different periods of time. But yeah, who knows? Maybe in Rapture we get to find that out. So yeah, I think I'm less than 100 pages. Like there are less than 100 pages left for this one. Who knows? My next update will be like my final thoughts for the my rereading experience of Passion by Lauren Kate. So until then, I'll catch folks later. Whoa. So I'm a little bit like close because I'm kind of like kneeling. I just want to let you know that I finally finished rereading Passion by Lauren Kate. And Bill, the way that he turned out to be like one of the devils, or like I believe Lucifer or Satan, ain't cool. And definitely, the scenes here lived up, and I was able to have a better understanding. Again, I was like refreshed of, what happened towards like the, unending and courageous love between Luce and Daniel. You get all those emotions whenever you read them, which is amazing. And then also, what else could I say? Yeah, that ending where they all gathered together and they're ready for a mission, that epilogue, it makes me excited now to reread Rapture, but we'll see with my TBR, Alphabet TBR game if I'll be rereading it soon. Hopefully not too soon, because if ever that I get to pick a reread prompt, that means I will be adding another, pick or prompt for my next year, because this is something that I'm filming for my October 2025 TBR. So it still lived up. It was a little bit less, compared, because I know that I gave this like perfect 5 stars, like when I was randomly rating books from how I remember them. And when I reread this, it still lived up. Maybe not any more perfect 5 stars. I'm giving this like 4.5 out of 5. So yeah. But definitely, this is something that was like, so far among my rereads of the Fall series, this was like beautifully written, like in its own like charm. So yeah, what else can I say? Definitely looking forward, but maybe not too soon though, okay? So yeah. Let me know down in the comment section below if this reading vlog made you interested in reading, or if you've read this before, rereading this YA/teen romantasy or fantasy romance, because there are definitely fantastical elements to it, and yet there's a lot of love. Yeah. Feel free to comment down below, or, feel free to comment down below your thoughts if, you've read or recently reread the series as well, particularly the third book, Passion by Lauren Kate. And if you've made it this far, leave like a baby bottle milk emoji. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, click that subscribe button and hit that little bell icon somewhere down there to keep yourselves posted about my videos. I'll also put down links and handles on my social media accounts, so feel free to check me out and follow me there and support me there as well. As always, thank you so much for watching. Always be thankful and unleash the reader in you. Bye, y'all!